So hello everyone, welcome to AeroTap, and guys, welcome to your other important session of Top PIB in News, in which I will be discussing with you the most important topics in the PIB from the date of 26th to 29th of June for our subject of economic and social issues. And guys, the topic will be relevant both for our phase 1 and for your phase 2 examination. Then guys, if you are new to our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe to the channel so that you could get all the latest updates about when your exam will be conducted or the courses that we are offering to you. Then guys, to get the access of the PDF of all the YouTube lectures, you could subscribe to our Telegram channel, the link for which is given in the description below. Then guys, how we are helping you? So we are conducting a daily exam booster series on general awareness, reports and analysis, and on ESI current affairs on Wednesday and Saturday at 8 a.m. Then guys, talking about the topics of the day. So the first topic is very important, that is about the Framework Convention on Tobacco and the National Tobacco Control Program. That is the thing that was just, there was a generic mention of these topics in PIB, but both of them are important for us. The second important is the National Convention on Prevention of Maternal, Adolescent and Childhood Obesity. So this is again an important topic when I talk about our topic of social sectors health. So under this term, this topic is important. Then the last is about the ITET EDVAR, that is Income Tax Appellate Tribunal. They have launched a new initiative by the name of EDVAR, which is relevant for your ESI and finance topics. Then guys, the first topic is about the Global Tobacco Control Progress. So recently a convention on Global Tobacco Control Progress has taken place, which has been addressed by the Union Health Minister. Talking about this program, it is basically a campaign which is a part of Tobacco Free Kids, the purpose of which is that there should be proper reduction of tobacco users in kids. Now when I talk about this, so during his address he has briefed about the two important topics, that is the National Tobacco Control Program as well as the WHO Tobacco Convention. The first and the foremost is the convention. So yes, the WHO Framework Convention on Tobacco Control. When I talk about this convention, guys, the first and foremost is it is the first of its kind convention that is being converted and that is being covered under the that is being negotiated under World Health Organization. Very important. First international treaty negotiated under WHO. The second one is that when it is adopted, so it is adopted in the year 2003 and it came into force in the year 2005. So this is important, guys, because these are very important things, and the keyword here are adopted and entering into force, because they might twist you with the thing that they ask you a question that when it entered into force, and they give you an option like 2003, and you will be saying yes sir, we to have read 2003, so it will be the answer. No guys, adoption is on 2003, but it has came into force on the year 2005. When I talk about India, so India is one of the founding members. It is one of the founding countries of this convention. It got ratified. So it ratified the convention in the year 2004. Now guys, the very important thing under this convention is the aim and the thing. So aim here is basically to tackle the abuse. Yes, to tackle some of the causes of the tobacco epidemic, which include the factors such as trade liberalization. So trade has to be liberalized, which means trade has to be controlled. Direct foreign investment, if there is any kind of foreign investment which is being conducted, which is being included in the tobacco products, that has to be curbed upon. Advertising, if I talk about tobacco advertising, as you might have seen in each and every film, there is a tobacco warning ad that advertisement that comes before the examination. When I talk about here, guys, see, when you look at any kind of tobacco product, 85% of that product is being covered by the warning of tobacco. So that is the advertisement thing. When I talk about the illicit trade, so we have to control the illegal trade in tobacco products so that we could control this tobacco consumption. The other important thing, guys, when the question that comes to mind is why we need these kind of convention, why this thing is important. Because when I talk about this convention, the convention was formed on an evidence-based treaty. Because some developed countries, they have come forward, they said that a globalization response of this epidemic, that is tobacco epidemic, has to be created. For that purpose, they have presented the evidence. So based on that evidence, this treaty, that is this convention, has been formed, which got adopted in the year 2003, but it got enacted in the year 2005. Now, when I talk about at national level, guys, so at national level, And the other thing, so before proceeding the national level, guys, the important is this, how this is working. Okay, so sorry for that thing. So how this treaty is working? So basically it controls the thing both on demand level as well as on supply level. When I talk about demand level, so at demand level, Article 6 to 14 of the convention, it basically is how demand could be controlled. Why could use price measures, that is price could be high, there are high prices, tax should be high, so that they should be reducing the demand of tobacco. Then non-price measures has to be decided. How, what are the non-price measures? That is advertisement, warning, that could be done. Then is protection. What are the protection? That is lung. We could say that yes, lung, it could cause lung cancer. Content. What is the content? Packaging and labeling. That too I have discussed with you. 85% क्या हो रहा है इंडिया में? It is a warning sign. So packaging and labeling. Then the most important is education communication. So when I talk about education communication and awareness, that advertisement that is being shown in each and every film, that is basically educating you, also communicating the risk of tobacco also to you, as well as it is also a advertisement campaign. It is catering to all these three things. And then the demand reduction measures, that is Article 14. Now when I talk about at supply level, so these are demand, how demand could be controlled, but how supply could be controlled. So first of all, for illegal trade, that is the laws will be formed for illegal trade. Then is sales to minors should be prohibited. That is a supply side constraint of this convention. Then provision for support, that is economically viable alternatives should be created in place of tobacco. So these are one of the most important things, because if I talk about these things, so you might have seen that they have asked a question on TB in their previous examination. They have asked a question on your, if you talk about say polio, they have asked a question. That is, I think in the year 2017 or 18, they've asked a question on polio. TB, the national TB program, so they have asked a lot of time. But when you look at the recent scenario, they could ask you a convention, they could ask you a question on tobacco program to us now also. That is, what are the initiatives that is being taken. Now when I talk about at India level, so first of all, the one of the most important thing is at India level, what is the present situation? So according to a recent study that is being conducted by Global Audit Tobacco Study, yes, recently a study by the name of Global Audit Tobacco Study that has come across in the month of May 2021. So this study says that in India, there is around 27 crore. Yes, there are 27 crore people who are, that is 27 crore people are consuming tobacco in India. The second important thing is, if I talk about other thing is, the very great thing, or when we talk about the achievement that India has, it says that there is a reduction in total number of people who are consuming tobacco. They were around 34% in the year 2009-2010, but now it has been reduced to around 28.6% in the year 2016-2017. So this is the thing about this report. When I talk about the initiatives taken by India, so one though I will be discussing with you National Tobacco Control Program. Other I have discussed earlier, 85% warning. Then if I talk about the National Health Policy, so yes, under our National Health Policy of 2017 also, we have set up a target that we will be reducing the number of tobacco users by 30% by the year 2025. Now, this brings us to this program that is being launched under the National Health Policy. So under the National Health Program or the Universal Immunization Program, this National Tobacco Control Program was also launched. So it was launched in the year 2007-2008 by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. See, the aim will be same. Awareness you will be creating about the harmful effects of tobacco. Then I have discussed with you supply side constraint, illicit trade you have to control. That is the tobacco control laws have also been created under this program. Objective is training capacity will be done. There is how to monitor the tobacco control laws and reporting, surveys and surveillance on the tobacco products. That is, what are the number of users, how it could be reduced. So these are surveys that will be conducted. The implementation agency will be at all the levels, that is at national level, state level, as well as at district level. That is under National Tobacco Control, the State Tobacco Control Cell, and District Tobacco Control Cell. One of the most important thing is that is a tobacco cessation services could also be set up at district level, which will be controlled by your District Tobacco Control Cell. Now this is a very important thing about tobacco. Second topic, again related to our social sector health, is guys the obesity problem. Obesity problem, one of the most important thing that we have witnessed during the lockdown. So now recently Niti Aayog has convened a convention by the name of National Convention on Prevention of Maternal, Adolescent and Childhood obesity. So when I talk about this convention, the main purpose of this convention is that is to develop a policy option. Yes, a proper policy should be created that how you could prevent the obesity at the maternal, adolescent and childhood obesity. Why we want that thing, guys? Why we want that policy? Because this convention specifies that this obesity could be a silent epidemic. Yes, they have described this obesity as a silent epidemic because they have witnessed that yes, there's a lot of increase in number of obese people that is being there in India. I will be discussing that with the things with you in within a few seconds about that thing also. If you look at this diagram, so see, mild obesity. Why obesity is there? Because if you are lying down, if you are not doing physical activity, that is one of the reason. So healthy child, it will be like that. But because of if you're not doing anything, you could be an obese people, and there could be a lot of problems like non-communicable diseases you could have the diabetes. So these are kind of things that could happen to you when you're an obese people. So that is why this has been treated, it will be described as a silent epidemic. When I talk about why we want this thing, so when I talk about India and obesity, so India has 18.2% of low birth weight children, guys. According to National Family Health Survey 4, India has 18.2 percentage of low birth weight children, which says that they are one of the prime component or one of the prime people who faces the risk of developing a non-communicable disease. And they, so if they become overweight, because they are earlier low birth weight children, if they become overweight, there is a greater risk of developing the non-communicable disease, and it is contributing around 18.2% in India. The second thing here is, according to the World Obesity Federation, it specifies that India could have a burden of around US dollar 56.7 billion from the year 2021 to 2025 if the obesity is not controlled in India. This is the economic cost that India could bear. You could use this data in your interviews also, in your essays also, as well as in your descriptive examination also, because this data is really, really important that you could quote anywhere. The second data is again important for you, that is according to What India Eats survey. So this survey says that the adults in urban centers, they consume around 51.6 grams of fat per day, which is a very high quantity of fats that they are consuming. And this says that there could be a maximum witness a maximum increase in obese people in the urban centers. Now, what are the prime causes? So with one, we know okay, we eat unhealthy food, but there are other important causes also, because you might not feel, yes, inadequate breastfeeding is also one of the prime risk factor of this for obesity, because these are the things, guys, you might not see. You to say कि sir breastfeeding से ना होगी, so this is one of the thing. Inadequate breastfeeding, parental obesity is also a cause of obesity that has been described under this convention by Niti Aayog. Now, guys, coming to the third important topic is about the ITAT's EDVAR. So what is ITAT? So ITAT stands for Income Tax Appellate Tribunal. Now, one of the prime thing of launching this EDVAR initiative is we want that the filing, that it should be made more accessible. We could save cost, and the other thing is paperless initiative promoting the Digital India mission of Prime Minister Modi. So this is the one of the prime aim of launching this EDVAR initiative. So what is the feature of this initiative that I will be discussing? First of all, online filing. You could online file the appeals, applications and documents for various parties. They could file the application online. Second is, if you have filed everything online, it has the accessibility, accountability and transparency level, because everything you could witness online. That is, it will enhance accessibility, accountability and transparency. The third feature is it would help in economization, that is economization of the use of paper, or we could say cost could also be saved. Because why? If you are transferring everything on digital mode, that is your paper will be reduced, which means it is environmental friendly initiative also. Then if paper cost is reduced, it will also help in economization. Economically also it will also help. Now, guys, another important thing that has been described by the president of ITAT, he says that we will also be setting up a paperless bench in the income tax appellate tribunals, and the pilot phase could be set up in Delhi bench of the ITAT. Now, guys, this brings us to the end of the topics. The first important is now our practice MCQs. The first topic is about the convention. So we know India has signed a convention or ratified the convention in the year 2004. When I talk about the framework, so in 2003 it was adopted and in 2005 it came into force. India is one of the founding members which has ratified it in 2004. Then guys, the second question is about our National Tobacco Control Program. So here I have presented you three statements. The third statement here is wrong. Why? If I talk about, because these centers will be set up, but they will be set up at district level, not at national level. And they will be controlled by the district tobacco control cell, not by the national tobacco control cell. So which means half of the statement here is not related to the statement that has been, there is not a proper linkage here. Then the third question, very easy question to answer, about the convention, who has organized. It is being organized by Niti Aayog. And the last question is about ITAT. So I've discussed this thing with you also, that Delhi bench, the first pilot project of paperless court will be set up, and that is at pilot phase. It will be set up at Delhi bench, and this initiative is launched by the name of ITAT Eetwar. So guys, this brings us to the end of the session. The most important thing is our homework. That is the thing that you have to revise. The topic is very, very important for us, is Digital India Mission. Because guys, if I talk about the missions, there is a lot of time questions have been, and I think the question of Digital India Mission have also been asked in our previous year examination. In the year 2018, they have asked a question of Digital India Mission also to us. So that is again a very important thing for us. Then guys, if I talk about the quote of the day. So quote is saying, success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out, which means that if you are revising your topics on day in and day out, which means on continuous level, these small efforts will help you in succeeding the examination. So guys, this brings us to the end of the examination, end of the session. If you're liking the session, kindly share it with your friends also. And if you have any kind of query, you could drop us an email. Our email ID is hello@edutab.co.in, and you could even place us a call. Our mobile number is 81462 07241. So I hope guys the lecture is fruitful for you. So keep learning. Bye bye.